This is KUGAN CASSIUS for Apple TV, proudly sponsored by Everlast. It's about 2 a.m. I'm joined by Josh Kelly. First of all, how are you? How do you feel?
Good, mate, good. He was a solid geezer, solid guy, he come to do what he said he was going to do, so I'm glad he did it. It's a good experience for us.
Well, I'll come on to your performance after this, but in your post-fight interview on Channel 5, Troy Williamson, who you've been linked with a fight, jumps in. What's the situation there? Is that something that you are looking to do?
Yeah, I reckon that fight will happen. I think it'll happen. But, yeah. But, listen, let's talk about tonight's antics. We got... what happened to Harlem? I didn't actually see what happened to Harlem EUBANK, because he's obviously a good teammate of mine, but what actually happened with Harlem?
Well, obviously, Harlem got the win tonight, but I think there was a few incidents in the in the ring that happened where he was hit after the bell, and there was one in particular where he was floored from a hit after the bell. So you probably need to watch it back in the morning.
What was the kid just hitting him after they broke up and everything like that?
Yeah, and there was one point where he actually fell, like, not through the ropes, but kind of against the ropes, where he was chinned after the bell had gone.
That's bad, that, mate. I'm yet to see him, so I'm going to check on him if he's still awake, but I might check on him in the morning, but yeah, that sounded bad.
He's fine. I mean, I spoke to him after the fight anyway. I know it's frustrating for you because obviously you're fighting, so it's like you're focused on that, and he's fighting as chief of sport, and yeah, it's not ideal because you're gym mates.
Exactly. We were warming up together. I've got love for Harlem, and we're all close in the gym, and we're all extra close. And he's such a nice kid, and just like he's like a pure-hearted kid. Do you know what I mean? So it's not nice when people get like, that's dirty, you shouldn't be doing that. Can't be doing that.
Okay, let's come back on to you. It seems like at the moment you can be considered as an active fighter, because there was a period of time, we spoke about this before, where you haven't, obviously you were at the ring, but now you've got a couple of wins under your belt and momentum is with you, so you're looking to push that kind of to close off the year, if you like.
Yeah, of course, mate. I mean, obviously I need this cut the heel up, and stuff, do you know what I mean? I need to just get myself fresh, but yeah, I thought it was a good performance, considering the level of opponent. He'd only been beat once on a cut, and that was like early on in his career, and he says he was fighting away from home or something. I remember reading something like that, and he got a draw, but I watched that fight and I thought he won it towards the end. Definitely come to fight, could throw his hands, and thought I showed I'm tougher than people think I am. Showed some good boxing. There's things I can work on, but all in all, I think it's a good performance. Second fight in, really, stepping up like that to get an international ranking. It's decent, like.
Do you feel like, in some ways, you're almost having to rebuild your pro career? Sounds silly, but after like the loss you suffered, do you feel like you're having to kind of not even convince people because you're doing your own thing, but just kind of show people, look, I'm still here.
Yeah, mate. I wouldn't be in boxing if I didn't think I could go to the top and potentially win world titles and do the things I need to do in boxing. So, like, I need to take them months off for myself, and that's done now. It's put to the side. It's been dealt with, and I've come back like a better person outside the ring, in the ring. And that kid was pushing tonight for 10 rounds, and my gas tank and everything's full at 154. I feel full. Do you know what I mean? I'm not feeling one bit drained at all. So I feel like this is a good way for me.
Yeah, I mean, that was going to be my next question. The weight, obviously, it seems like you are adapting to it kind of in a short space of time, because it's still a new thing to you, but it seems like you are adapting to it.
Yeah, I mean, I heard him a couple of times in there and I could see it. I'm not sure if I bust his jaw or something because every time I hit him, his blood was just coming clean out his mouth. It was weird, but he was clubbing right around the back of the head, and you can feel them shots. He was pretty heavy-handed, but I feel like I'm big enough for super welterweight. I've been a boiled down super welterweight at welterweight, and it doesn't work out for us. And obviously this weight here, I feel fresh, and I'm not cutting stupid weight. I mean, considering I boxed at 69 kilo in the Olympics when I was a kid, like 21 or 20 or something like that, or whatever I was. And now I'm 28. To be going to 66 kilo as a pro, 3 kilo off that, doing it constantly. And you see the size of it. It's like I'm not like that kid was like quite a tall, big, rangy super welterweight tonight, and I wasn't outmanned or outsized in any way really. So boxing skills do the talking, but at the end of the day, KUGAN.
They do indeed. Ideally for you, regardless of who it is next, I'm assuming that we're nearly in August now. That I'm assuming you may only fight once more this year. Is that fair to say? Probably depending on the fight who it is, where it is. Probably once, maybe twice, but we'll soon see. I just need to get everything healed back up. I mean, my hands feel okay. I feel like my thumb's a bit jarred there, but hands feel okay. Just this like cut and stuff. I'm always there. Well, I'm not always, but I get marked up easily. So it's one of them things. But just get this cut healed, get myself sorted fresh, get a little rest because I should have had 3 fights really. That kid who pulled out, then I had the second fight. I kept on it for that. Then I had this third fight, so it should have been really 3 in the space of like 3 months. Do you know about 3 or 4 months? Do you know what I mean? Yeah. That would have been busy, but 2 in how many months? 2 months, yeah. 2 and a bit. It's decent, mate. And I've got all that good training on. I need to just freshen up, get myself straight back in the gym, and just keep grinding because I'm onto something. Okay, well, Josh Kelly, appreciate your time. Just before I let you go, I know you was asked about this in the week as well, but the fight between Ben and EUBANK is going to be hopefully announced very soon over the next few days, I think. But yeah, I mean, what's your thoughts on this? A few people I spoke to tonight in boxing are kind of questioning the weight element, the rehydration element as kind of a negative for CONOR BENN. But how do you see this kind of from a weight perspective?
Well, first of all, I think it's one where everyone's going to watch because it's like a spectacle. I think the dads will sell it alone. Do you know what I mean? Never mind Conor and Chris. It's a big jump for Conor in weight, but I see it as a bit of a win-win for him because he jumps up, he gives a good performance, his stock rises, he jumps up, he gets beat well. He's boxed a kid who's a lot bigger and a lot more accomplished at the moment in boxing. Do you know what I mean? So I think it's a clever move. Chris is obviously he's doing what he's doing, but I think it's a clever move all round.
It's mad because I was talking to earlier, Calla. I was talking to Calla earlier on about kind of 3 years ago. We were like, as fight fans, we were fixated on this thing with you and Conor, and there was a few back and forths, etc. And like, at some point, like as fans, we'd like to kind of see that back in again. But you're on your own path, and you know if that happens at some point, or there's talk of it at some point, then so be it. But I suppose in your head you're thinking at some point you want to kind of address that, which a fight that we were looking forward to like 2 or 3 years ago, but never quite happened. Yeah,
if obviously Conor's knocking about like 156, then 154 would probably be pretty sound for him to do. Do you know what I mean? And we could do it then. We could do it at that. But if we wanted at 147, it would be I'd have to go back down. But yeah, I mean, it's definitely a fight for the future. He like one on one little pass at the moment, and he's doing his thing. I'm doing my thing. But I wish him all the best. But it's definitely a fight for the future. I think fans always wanted to see that fight. It's a stylistic clash and a good matchup. Obviously, we just it's one of them, innit? Fighter versus the boxer.
Okay, well listen, appreciate your time at 2:10 in the morning, whenever it is. Josh Kelly. And have you got anything else you want to add before we finish?
No, just like the backing I've had off my home city, Sunderland's been crazy. So shout out to Sunderland lads. North East in general's been unbelievable. So shout out to them. And obviously, thanks for everyone who's keep supporting us and following this journey. With going to the top, I'm in a good place, bro. I'm in a good place. So don't even have to worry about it. We'll get another one before the end of the year, KUGAN, and I'll let you get some beauty sleep, sweet cheeks.
Absolutely. Good to see you back, and it's good to see you smiling as well, and it's just good to see you back kind of involved in boxing again, because I think boxing has missed you.
Thank you, mate. It means a lot, actually. Thank you, brother. Yeah, I feel like I've been through a lot in the space of 28 years, up and down in boxing, even as an amateur, like through some mad times. So to be here, it's a testament, and still, I think it's a sort of a omen. This is meant to be what I do for me living, boxing. So I'm a fighter.
Okay, Josh, thank you very much for talking to IFL TV, as I said earlier, and we'll definitely catch you again soon. I'm starting a new podcast, actually, Josh. I'll talk to you about it another time, but it's launching very soon. And do you know what? I'd like to get you on it, because it's actually not really to do with boxing.
Yeah.
It's like minimal about boxing.
Right, we won that.
So,
I won that.
You won that?
I won that.
I think you'd be really good on it.
Yeah,
so,
listen, I've got loads of stories outside of boxing. This boxing stuff is just like, when you talk about it, it can become a little bit mundane and one weird and a little bit. People see the boxing stuff all the time and they're just like, oh, I get what he says about that, and he's got one attitude about that. But when you talk about other things outside of boxing, then things become interesting. People.
Well, hold that thought, because I want to get you on this podcast. Josh, thank you very much, and we'll definitely catch up with you again soon.
Thank you, brother, and yeah, time to get some well-deserved sleep.
Welcome, Team Everlast, to the Team Everlast Fitness app. Download the Everlast Fitness app and find your greatness within.